In today's video, I'm driving the Jaecoo J7. Been waiting quite a while to get behind the wheel of this one, and we're going to be discussing everything you need to know about it, including what it's like on the road, its interior, the exterior, and pricing. So let's get into it. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm driving the Jaecoo J7. Been waiting for this one. I've been seeing a lot of them on the road, and it really does look quite striking. Very appealing design. It looks really nice on the road, and it's been getting a lot of attention, right? I think from the front you've got these daytime running lights at the top, or it's kind of like a daytime running light. It looks pretty much illuminated all the time. It's quite bold in its design. You know, the other daytime running lights are pretty thin, so this one is quite thick, and it does look quite nice, especially in the evenings. At the bottom you've got LED headlamps, and then you've got this massive front grille with your Jaecoo badging on it. The grille looks really nice, very appealing in its design, and it looks absolutely amazing on the road, and it's been drawing quite a bit of attention, right? At the bottom you've got some fog lights, and it really does look pretty striking. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think of the Jaecoo? Is this something you're considering, or are you considering something else? Alright, so from the side you can see this one's got some 19-inch rims wrapped in this GT tire. It's a two-tone finish, chrome and black, and that makes this derivative the Glacier. The Inferno is the top of the range, and that one offers four-wheel drive. This is a two-wheel drive system. All of them within the range. There's three models, and they're powered by the same 1.6 liter turbocharged engine, and it delivers 145 kilowatts and 290 newton meters of torque, and it's mated to a 7-speed dual clutch transmission. Really impressive motor, and the transmission was also pretty nice. I know Jaecoo claimed that it is one of the best transmissions in the world, but I really don't think it competes with some of the likes of the VWs, etc., in terms of their dual clutch setups. But nonetheless, it is quite nice, and the drive was pretty nice on this vehicle as well. And I'll talk to you guys a little bit more about that when we're on the road. So coming around the back of the vehicle, you've got a nice boot spoiler with your brake lights embedded on it. You've got your brake lights here with this light bar effect running across the entire of the vehicle, your Jaecoo badging, your J7 badging, and then you've got this graphite finish at the bottom of your bumper. You got some fake tail pieces here, and then you also get an electrically operated tailgate with 432 liters of storage space, and then once you drop your rear seats down, that expands to over 1,300 liters. And then this one also has a full-size spare tire, so thank you very much, Jaecoo. You also get some storage hooks around the back of the vehicle, as well as a 12-volt socket and a light. So pretty decent sized boot, especially in this SUV style, and ideal for families and those long distances. Extra space is always welcomed. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying our videos, and most importantly, don't forget that Auto Advisor is a technology company in the automotive industry that's focused on getting our customers the best price on their next new car. All you got to do is head over to autoadvisor.co.za, inquire on any vehicle that you're interested in purchasing, and somebody from our team will get in touch with you, go out and negotiate on your behalf to get you the most competitive price on your next new car. And you can safely sit back at home and relax, knowing that our team is trying to get you the best deal from our national footprint of dealers across the country. All right, so once you step on the inside of the Jaecoo J7, I mean, the thing that really stands out in your face is this massive infotainment system. I think this is like 13 or 14 inches, so it's really big. And then you also got this, I think this is about maybe 7 or 8 inches digital instrument cluster, right? You got a nice steering wheel with some steering controls, basically controlling your cruise control as well as some of your media unit controls, and obviously your ability to take telephone calls and all that stuff off of your steering. And then on the right hand side you've got your handbrake, and then you've got your electric boot opening, right? This one does come with two USB ports in the front, so type A and type C, and then you also get wireless charging. There's two cup holders here in the middle, and then there's plenty space around the side of your door, as well as underneath the center console area where your gear lever and stuff is. So there's extra storage here at the bottom. That's quite nice. You can put a quite quite big items there. I was able to fit my camera and stuff in there, so it doesn't really occupy too much space in the vehicle. Quite a bit of storage in your center console as well, where you can open up your center console or your armrest at least. You know, once you open up your armrest, there's additional storage that goes all the way down. And then I think the reality is that the vehicle is really well spec'd, right? You've got Bluetooth, you've got Apple CarPlay, wireless Apple CarPlay, ambient lighting. There's a whole host of features that are fitted in this vehicle, which makes it great value, right? There's a lot of features that sometimes you might not find on even some of the newer cars or are optional extras, right? And I think that's something, you know, the Chinese do really well. They really do spec out the vehicles quite nicely for you, giving you incredible value, right? When you're sitting on the inside as well, there's a lot of soft touches, piano black finishes with matte chrome finishes, which makes the vehicle feel quite premium, quite nice, and it feels quite comfortable. It's quite spacious as well on the inside. So really, these are the things that have stuck out for me, right? I think this one also has a 360-degree camera, and it is quite nice, you know, showing a lot of different angles on the vehicle. And then you've also got a host of safety features on this vehicle. It's a 5-star NCAP rating. You know, you've got adaptive cruise control, you've got your lane keep assist, and a whole host of airbags. So really nothing to really worry about in that regard, right? This one's also got heads-up display, which shows you your speed, and then so, you know, some basic kind of information in terms of like for your cruise control and that kind of stuff. So those are all welcomed. One of the things that I quite liked on this infotainment system is this ability to like swipe up, where it like shows you all the different apps and stuff that you have open. So that was quite nice, and it you know, it allows you to kind of flip between different apps quite seamlessly. So that was quite a nice experience, more of a mobile kind of experience, and I thought that was pretty cool, right? Electrically operated driver and passenger seat, but they've also got an extra set of controls here on the side of your seat. So from your driver's seat, you're able to control your passenger seat and move it around if you need to, which I thought was quite useful. And this one's got a Sony sound system. Does sound pretty nice, and you know, good bass and good clarity. So nothing to really complain about from a sound perspective. Would like it to be a little bit louder, but I mean, that's just a niggle, right? Other than that, in the rear of the vehicle, you've also got two charging ports. You've got a Type A and a Type C, and then you've got space on either side of your door, and then you've got your center armrest as well as storage behind each seat. And then you've also got plenty of leg room and headroom, right? This one's also got this big panoramic roof which goes all the way to the back of the vehicle, so that's quite welcomed as well. And you know, it brings in some nice light into the vehicle when you're sitting in the back of the car. You know, in terms of the overall drive, this engine and gearbox is quite nice. Honestly, I thought this was a 1.8 liter or 2 liter, but it performs really well. I didn't really feel like it was underpowered. There is a bit of like lag at the lower range, but I think once it gets going, it does move quite nicely. And yeah, I didn't really feel, you know, too much of a need for additional power. I think the torque was a little bit low for me, but I think all in all, you know, the drive is quite nice. It's quite comfortable, even with these 19-inch rims. I think it's quite nice on the road, and you know, sucks up the bumps and stuff quite nicely. I think one of the things I can complain about is the beeping and the noises. So, and I know the Chinese love this, right? So I don't know whether you can switch it off on this car or not, but there's a lot of beeping and there's a lot of noises when the vehicle is maybe when a vehicle in front of you is taken off, you're getting a warning. When the vehicle feels that you've been distracted, you're getting a warning. And it's okay from time to time, but you know, when you keep on getting it, it does become a little bit annoying. And yeah, hopefully you can switch that off. But in terms of fuel consumption, so I'm currently getting about 9 liters, right? So not too bad. And I think, yeah, it can be a little bit more efficient if you wanted it to be, depending on how you're driving. I mean, in terms of the drive modes, there is just 3 drive modes here: normal, eco, and sport. And this one is the 2-wheel drive derivative. There is a 4-wheel drive derivative as well. And yeah, I just think the car is really well spec'd and it drives quite nice. You know, I think the overall build also feels a little bit more premium than some of the other Chinese cars that I've driven. And I have to admit, all of the technology in this car did work seamlessly for the period that I've had it. I know previously I had some issues with an Emoda as well as the GWM Aura, where I had some tech problems. Some of the screen stopped working and the adaptive cruise control stopped working as well. But this one, for the period that I've had it, it's been quite seamless. All right, so in terms of pricing, this one is priced at 599,000 Rand. And this is the Glacier derivative. There's 3 derivatives. So the entry level is the Vortex, and then you've got the top of the range Inferno, which is the all-wheel drive derivative, right? So I don't think it's priced too badly, with all the features and what you're getting. It's obviously competing with the likes of the Sportage and other vehicles similar in that kind of space. So the pricing is quite competitive. It does come with a 5-year, 150,000 kilometer warranty, and then you've got a 1,000,000 kilometer engine warranty, right? So incredible value still from the Chinese. I think the main thing for me is long-term reliability, availability of parts. I think those are going to be the things that you're going to have to watch out for. Obviously, still too soon to tell, right? Because the cars have just come out. But I think as time goes on, you'll be able to see what it's like in the market. I think it's good that the Chinese are giving consumers that peace of mind with those extended warranties and stuff. But I think the most important thing is that when something does happen to the vehicle, is there parts available? Is your car being repaired as fast as possible? Or is it standing, right? And I think only time will tell. I haven't heard of any real incidents with this particular model. So really nothing to worry about as far as I'm concerned. And I do like the fact that this one feels just a notch better than some of the other Chinese brands that I've driven. So yeah, I think that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will catch you guys on the next one.